Welcome back to my reviews. Got a few items here I picked up recently. Some from my regular flea market I go to, and some from another one that I tried for the first time in probably a year and a half. Now the only items I got from my regular flea market were two Dinky planes. Number 705 in the Dinky series, Vickers Viking airliner, in need of restoration and new props. The casting's good. I never bought these. I've dealt with the guy on several things, and I just repainted him a Crescent armored car. Took it to him last Sunday, so he gave me these to repaint, and we're apparently going to flip a coin when I take them back. Get whoever gets what gets first pick. Now the next one is number 705 or 704, the Avro York airliner. Same thing, good casting. Wheels are there. Just need the props and a paint job and new decals. It's a nice model, that one. Made in England by Meccano Limited. Dinky Toys, York. This one here was from 1954 to 1960, and the Viking was 1954 to 1963. Yeah, 63. So those are a couple of nice models that I can't wait to restore. That other flea market I went to, there was a lady there, and she had a box there, a dollar box she called it, and she had these items in there. Matchbox Major Pack number 4, Rustin Bucharest shovel, power shovel. That's in pretty decent shape. No decals. I don't know if someone's taken them off or they ran out at the factory the day it came off the line. I never put any on. You never know. Anyways, it's pretty decent shape, and actually came with no tracks, but I found a set in my drawer, so I put them on. I might put decals on later, I'm not sure. This one was in the Matchbox series, or the Major Pack series, from 1959 to 1964. And it would have had side decals with the name of the shovel and Taylor and Woodrow decal on the rear. is a little remains of a decal, so I guess it did have them at one time. I'll have to get a set for this. And she had this Dinky trailer. I put the tires on when I got it. Didn't have tires. That's number 25G, four-wheel trailer. And it was in the Dinky series from 1947 to 1953. It's got the tow hook though, it's got the hook at the back. Just needs a bit of restoring. I think I'll strip her down and spray it. And she also had this Land Rover trailer by Dinky, number 341. Missing the tow ring here. I can make something and put it on there. Came with these tires, so that was a bonus. They're newer tires too, you can tell. Quite pliable. That was $1 also. And then there was this mailbox. And I need this for my Sesame Street play set by Fisher Price, because the one I've got, the sticker here is pretty ratty looking, so change it out for this. That was actually free because she charged me $3 for these 4 models. And there was another fellow there. He had a pretty good selection of a lot of different things on his table. DVDs, records, a few toys, but he had a box with these toys in it. And pretty decent prices. He said he had a room downstairs in his house that he just cleared a pathway into it, so he's slowly working on bringing stuff to the flea market. This might have been the best one that he had. Number 448 in the Corgi series. Police minivan. Doors are there. Everything's inside. Decals are good. Glass is good. Tiny little chip there on the roof. One there on the fender. Jeweled lights are in there. Paint's really decent actually. That aerial's still there, but it's pretty hard. Won't take much to snap that. I thought that was a good find. This one here should have a Alsatian dog and the dog handler, policeman. Or it was new in the box. I know you can buy them repros, but I don't know, they always seem to do everything in gloss colors. rather get an unpainted version that I could paint myself and use the matte colors. But it's a nice little vehicle, that one. What else? And he had these cars here that were under the glass lid on his case, and I asked him if I could look at them, and they're Ertl. I think they're historic. And this was their vintage vehicle series. It says it's number 8. Number 8 in this series of vintage vehicles. Charged me $5 for the two because he thought they were just cheap Chinese knockoffs, and I didn't look close, but I really liked the vehicles, the looks of them. So, and I like Ertl stuff. There was another one. This is number 9 in the series. Royal Mail. And I looked online for this one, and I see they did have it in a red color, which would be more suitable for Royal Mail. But this is quite attractive too. And it's a 1914 Chevrolet. But I like them. I think they're well done. They got rubber tires. Pretty good detailing. Nice models of vintage cars. What was the other thing? He had this cab, which I knew right away was a Britain's cab. And I've got a Ford 5000, so I got it. Boy, I can see why these, you never find these in one piece, these cabs. I can see why. Imagine a kid putting that on and start reefing on it to make it fit. Well, I had to shut the camera down because I started reefing on it. I didn't want to destroy the thing. You don't just get it perfect going on, it'll just go in the wrong position. Actually, it doesn't look bad though. I've seen it in the old catalogs and that, but I wasn't too impressed with it. But up close, it's not a bad little cab. Kind of completes that tractor I got too. Another thing that guy had on his table was this, or actually in that case, was this little gun by Crescent. It's quite an accurate model, actually, of the British 18-pounder quickfire. I remember these when I was a kid. You could buy them cheap at the 5 cent to $1 store. We all had them. We'd stick matches in them and shoot them, or little rocks. This is a nice one though. Quite a strong spring. I don't know, I might repaint that, I might not. This would have been late 50s, early to mid 60s, I guess, because I would have had one around 65, 66, maybe earlier, a little earlier. Nice little depiction of that gun though. That's by Crescent. And the last thing actually the first thing I got off him was this, and then I started to look through his box of stuff. Yeah, this tank transporter in the Battle King series. Pretty decent shape, and usually when I get these, or the ones I've found with a tank, are usually the M48 US tank. This one here is the British Chieftain, which is kind of different. There's a nick there. Sticker's good. Tracks are good. Driver's got his head, or the commander's got his head. And the rig itself is excellent. This rig is number BK 106, and it came into the series in '74. And like all the Battle Kings, was gone by '82. Ramps are there, work. Same with the Chieftain. It would have come in the line in '74, and everything was gone by '82, or didn't appear in the new catalogs at that time anyway. So I was glad to get that. And that was about it for the flea markets. Not that it wasn't enough. Got some nice stuff. Too bad they hadn't gone with a metal cab back then. But everybody was getting cheap back then with plastics. These are the ones where you had a problem with the hubs melting. That's why I like the earlier Britain's tractors when they had the metal hubs. So that was actually 2 weekends flea market finds, and hopefully this Saturday after work I can go out again to that one, but you got to get there pretty early because it only goes from I think 9 till 2, so I go to work quite early, so I should be able to make it. Well, I hope you enjoyed my video on these models that I've picked up in the last couple of weeks. And hopefully I'll have some more luck at the flea markets. So until then, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.